first mile of the ride, I was thinking, God, my hands are getting cold. I wish I bought those heated gloves. Bloody typical. But now, no, they're good. They're fine. And I seem to remember the last time I used the bike with these gloves and the you know, wind deflectors, my hands were comfortable. I don't understand why Honda don't offer this kit as an accessory with the, you know, rather than those daft white. They've got this thing, all these white accessories that go with it, and they're horrendous. Why they don't sell this black kit, which looks so much nicer, I'll never know. I think there's a strong possibility that I might well get the screen. So, but I've sort of thought, no, I'm going to have a couple of rides out first. But certainly seeing the Puge's item that they put on YouTube about the screen and how it works, that sort of encouraged me slightly. Because if you're going a long distance and that screen's helping stop you getting fatigued, then I think that's a good thing, especially for me. It's nice to get on a motorbike again and feel confident. It's a long while since I've had that. I was always confident riding the Pulse, and I never had any issues riding Tetley either. He was always a real confidence-inspiring bike. It all started after I fell off that Africa Twin. Bah, I did hurt myself though. And Lone Wally, Chris Wallace, he said, you bought the wrong bike, Gray. And at the time I thought, no I didn't. And, well, no, you were right, Chris. I had definitely bought the wrong bike. And everybody was telling me I can be a bit stubborn when I choose. But I do know I'm stubborn. That's a grand sort of a day. I thought we'd come away from the coast and do something different. Well, I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to make this vlog up as far as Bubwith, and then maybe continue it when we get on to the road that takes us up to Elvington. This is a road I hadn't used a great deal for the last 4 or 5 years, and then I did a ride where I went up to find an old airfield and come across this bit of road, and then this is Foggerthorpe, isn't it? Yeah, Foggerthorpe. I'm not quite as far down the road as I thought I was. But I find at this time of year, it's actually better to stay on these B roads than get onto too many of the back roads. So, well, there might be a couple today, but I'm quite happy just pondering. You know, the roads are clear and they're clean. They don't present any issues. Well, I've been really impressed. We're just coming up to another waypoint which will turn us in a northwesterly direction, I think. Anyway, that way. And yeah, apart from that one little hiccup in Market Wheaton, which I think was operator error, I think I put the wrong waypoint in it. It's performed faultlessly. Yeah, he's picked up my junction, so it's performed faultlessly. So, past the waypoint at Bubwith, and on our way towards, I wonder what that was, on our way towards Elvington. Still following the Beeline Moto 2. 5.4 miles to a left turn. This was a road that I couldn't ride that NT 1100 down to save my life. I was totally intimidated by all the turns. Now I'm enjoying the corners again. Whee! That's how it should be, isn't it? I think I'll leave the camera on because this is a lovely piece of road that my friend Mark Wannacott told me about. Him and his wife Pat ride this road quite a bit, especially if they're coming up to Seaways. And it was Mark who told me about it. I actually said to him, me and Richard did a ride where we went by we went down to Howden and we came up by an old airfield. And it brought us out in Bubwith. So it was a slightly different way to how I've come today. Basically, that crossroads we just turned right at, we came straight across. And Mark said to me, oh, if you come up that road from Market Wheaton, Norman's Voldemort Graham, it'll bring you to the same route. So I told Rich about it and he said, oh, well, that's a road I hadn't ridden, let's go and have a look. That was last year. But say I rode it on the NT and oh dear, I was all over the place with it. So all these bends were just freaking me out. Whereas now I'm enjoying them. What finally brought it to my attention was we went went for a ride up into the North Pennines and we went up to that cafe, the one that burnt down, I can't remember the name of. And I was watching myself riding up that hill, that long hill up to the summit where the cafe is. And I was like, oh, for God's sake, Graham, come on, you know, I'm going to sleep. For any of you who are, you know, like me, you know, getting a bit old and you're finding it hard work with the bikes you have, less is actually more. It's amazing. Miles Kingsport have a Guzzi 850 for sale, and oh, I was real tempted. No, I'm not buying that because I know what'll happen. I'll go back to riding the way I did with the 1100 because it's near enough the same weight. You get a lot of comments about the CL500, about its odd looking, and a lot of people don't like the exhaust system on it. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I've never really understood that kind of thinking. I look at it and all I can see is a nice motorbike. I personally think it looks grand. I can probably see what people mean about the exhaust system. However, thankfully, it doesn't bother me. And I priced up an Arrow system for this. We're not going there. Bloody hell, it was best part of 800 quid. What? No thanks. Yeah, I'm not paying 800 quid just because it looks nice and it makes the noise. That's not enough reason. And in the past when I've bought replacement exhaust systems, it's been because the one that was on the bike needed replacing. I don't see the point of spending money for the sake of spending money. I just think it's daft. I've got so many. Well, for an example, this morning, bloody fridge freezer's packed up, hasn't it? So that'll be an expensive job. Never mind. The best of it was Judy had done a shop yesterday, so all that food's wasted. So it's been a bit expensive as that. I'm in two minds whether to claim for it on my house insurance, because I reckon it's a lose whichever way I go, because they'll just put the house insurance up. We all know what a fiddle insurance is. Legalised theft. Just having a look at the B-line. It's got a line at the bottom, and it's like, looks like a fuel gauge. It's half empty, but I think what it's actually showing me is the progression through the route, and I think what that's telling me is I'm halfway through the route I've put on the iPhone, and it's now telling me that in 0.8 of a mile I have got a left turn, which is correct. I can actually go left or right, it makes no difference. If I go left, I come out one exit further up than if I go right on the A1079. And all we're going to do is cross the 1079 and go into Wilberforce, I think if that's the way I did it. Or possibly it's going to take us up to Kexby. I can't just remember what I put on the next part of the ride, but it don't matter. And this is the 540 yards. Where the white truck is ahead of us, we're turning left there. I'm still not quite used to the fact that this doesn't have self-cancelling indicators. I've caught myself out a couple of times, but not too badly up to now. I don't understand in this day and age, when electronics are so cheap, why all modern bikes don't have self-cancelling indicators. You need to stop here, Gret. What? Yeah, it's alright. You just can't quite see up the road there. It's showing this bend as a right turn, but I can see why, because there's a junction in it. Whereas it's actually showing this as a sweeping left-hander, because there's no junction in it. Yeah, I think it's just getting used to the thinking behind it. I think they've done a really good job with the design of it though. That red light is the Leven Canal. That's what we're coming up to. Come on, Chris, keep up. There's the canal there. It's all a bit flooded.
go. So there goes Graham on the mighty sail.